What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Lure Painting with Zach Baker. I'm Zach Baker, and today we're doing an easy lure pattern for beginners with a beginner. This is my buddy Dustin. Dustin has a YouTube channel.
I do Hook and Needle TV. It's a fishing channel, and I also have some tattooing mixed in with it, and we do all kinds of things between fishing, learning things, and well, today we're going to be making some baits.
Weather permitting, so it's starting to get cold here in Missouri. Weather permitting, though, he is going to do a fishing video with the bait he paints today. So I'll have that linked below along with his YouTube channel. If you guys want to go check it out, give him some love. Let's go ahead and we'll jump right into it and paint this bait. Okay, so you've used an airbrush once before.
Long time ago, yeah.
Long time ago, so you're familiar with it. So it's a dual action. I mean, you can mess with one, you know, but
So down is air, back is paint.
yeah, exactly, and you pull back for paint. So I guess I can do it in front of this one too. So down is air, and then you pull back for paint. And then this one's got like a micro adjusting for the air pressure on there. I don't think we're gonna be doing anything crazy detailed, so I kind of have it like halfway, which works good for me. The bait we're using is a little lipless crank, and I already prepped it and painted it, did a base coat of white. Since that's boring, we're gonna move on to the more exciting colors. And you said you wanted to do a crappie pattern.
Yeah, I want to do a flashy crappie pattern with, I want to try to make like an iridescent blackish purple for the pattern. So it has a little bit of flash and a little bit muddier waters.
Perfect. So I think the shiniest color I have is this wicked silver. And if you've watched my other videos, you know I always have to water it down a little bit because it tends to clog the brush.
You know what wouldn't hurt? If we had a little piece of cardboard too.
Spray on for sure.
Yeah,
I'll grab something. So if you put some of that in the brush and my little tubes of water right there, you're gonna add just a little bit of water. And then I've got some little toothpicks that work good for stirring things up. And then let me grab.
Oh yeah, it's thick.
Got a little piece of wood.
How much do you put in there?
That's plenty.
Okay, that's what I figured.
And then you put a couple drops of water in. And I just stir it up. So it's got those little pearl or the flakes or whatever is in there. And for whatever reason with the Wicked Colors Createx Wicked Silver, it clogs all the time. So that's why I just got to the point of watering it down when I put it in there. I think that tube's almost gone. So the next one I buy, I'll probably just dump it into that one with water. That way the whole thing can be watered down.
There you go. Pre-mix.
Exactly.
All right, so here we go.
And then if you don't go forward, if you just let off, that's how that paint will spit out, because the paint was still coming out before you let off the air. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You let off the air while there was still paint in there, so that's what it caused that. And it makes it a lot easier too if you're doing the whole thing of base coat in that. It doesn't really matter where it goes.
Gotcha. All right.
And then so
Start with a thin layer.
start going for it, and then once you get building up, anybody that's starting, I always say, you know, don't be nervous. Worst case, you're gonna get too much paint on there, you can wipe it off and start over, at least at this stage. And then once you get a nice little coat, we'll hit it with the hair dryer. That way you don't have to worry about the paint running at all. So I'd probably stop on that side right there. You can tell when it starts getting it's shiny paint, but it's like wet shiny. Then we'll hit that with the hair dryer, and then you can do it again. And so I'll usually go all the way around it, hair dry, and then do another one. Beautiful. I do it with the hair dryer. Just on the floor. You can also you can hear the difference when there's paint coming out. I don't know if anybody else if they'll be able to hear it on the camera, but it makes a different spitting sound when paint's coming.
So I guess we're gonna do our
Yeah, you
black and
want to
blue?
mix a color, right?
Yeah, let's make a custom color.
First thing we'll do is clean out the brush. That way it doesn't dry up in there. And so what
Okay.
I do, and we can bring this, I think I've showed it in one of my videos before too. We'll bring it over here. And I got the little tube of water, so I'll show you on this one, and then you can clean the next one. There's a lot of paint still inside there.
Okay.
So instead of just spraying until it all comes out, I'll use the water. The others you can see to the bottom.
Yeah.
And then I use this jar and I'll spray whatever paint's left. You can hear it when it like spits, and then I'll run some water through it. And for like end of day, when I'm completely done cleaning or done painting, I'll take it apart and wipe it out. Or if you're switching from black to white, you'd want to spend a little bit more effort cleaning it out. But then I'll just a paper towel, wipe out the inside. And that's pretty much it between colors. Unless you're going, like I said, from two extremely different colors. One's black and one's white. Or you got red and then white. You don't want it to turn into a pink. I spend a little more time cleaning it out. But otherwise, that's all I do between coats. Since we're just mixing the colors for one bait, we're not doing 10 of them.
Right.
I just mix it inside the airbrush. And so if you're wanting it to be more black than blue, so that's the two.
Yeah, I would
think
probably
the
just do a
opaque-
little bit of black.
Or
to
you
the
know
blue.
what? You want this to be shiny, right?
Yeah.
I think pearlized black. So you mix pearlized black and pearlized blue.
Well, I mix a lot of paints when I paint, and I mix a lot of inks when I tattoo.
I
I should be able to.
About that. So is it whenever you are doing a tattoo? I mean, it's completely different than airbrushing, but same idea, right? So if you're trying to do something that you want it to be a certain color, do you mix colors like that, or do you?
Well, I can mix colors in the cap. I can also have 2 or 3 colors and mix them as I'm going.
Okay.
And I also do a lot of mixing in the skin. So, the way I see it, there's a lot of gradients of, say, green.
Right.
But I'll use a very dark green and a very bright lime green. And if I whip out the dark green and then do the lime green and push it into the dark green, I'll get that entire gradient.
It kind of blends on its
It
own.
blends in the skin.
skin.
Yeah. I'm just doing the black in steps. I'm just stepping it up because black will overtake any color so quickly.
Yep.
Like I said, I've done a lot of painting, and obviously with the tattoo stuff, I've been down this road a million times.
You know your colors at least.
Yeah, so that's one leg up I have on this entire process is I understand color and color theory.
That's what sucks is when you do mix a color and then you run out of that color and you didn't mix enough. It's like always mix more than what you think you're gonna need.
So my question from this point
Yeah.
is, with the pattern, so is it better to lay the pattern and then do my top, or do the top and then the pattern? I would assume the pattern and then across the top and fade it.
Yeah, I'd always do the pattern first and then fade at the end. Because then if there is a blemish or something like that,
Man, that's a cool color.
yeah, you gotta do it right on top of your board over there. And so the other thing, if you're gonna try to spray a little bit of paint, get closer and don't pull as far back on the needle. So that's how you can get some nicer lines. Or like when you're getting ready to do the stencil pattern, you don't want to blob it out. About how you're doing right there is what I do. You almost need more black.
Yeah, really. It looks a lot darker in the cup than it does. I was waiting for some of that initial blue that we put in to push out,
Yeah. And
but
what
it
does
seems
look
like
in there. That could, let me see it. That could be what that is still. I don't know. I mean,
we'll
add
just-
some more. The other thing you can do is put in some opaque black, because it might be so.
kind of
are
translucent.
Both, well, yeah, those are both pearlized, so they could have the same pearl in there. Opaque black is top left. that I would really be cautious adding drops in. That could be what that is too. If it's a little bit's definitely darker, but they probably have the same sparkle inside of them, so that's why.
It does kind of shift too in the light. When you turn it more flat, it looks a lot darker too. 2 drops of that and it went midnight.
Which I think is kind of what you're
It
going
is.
for.
It is, yeah. Looks tasty. Bass candy. Jim or Tim? Jim Holtz, Tim Holtz.
Oh, that's probably what it is. I got it at Hobby Lobby, and I was having trouble finding it online because I was going to link it below for people. But I'm going to go with Jim or Tim Holt's collection if someone can find it.
Okay. Well,
Here goes nothing.
here goes something.
How you're doing is exactly how I do it. You'll probably have some spots that are a little bit hazy, and if you want, I can try to help hold part of it for you too.
Is that
I'd go a little bit darker. Ooh. So what we could do, hit this with the hair dryer, and if you want some more up top, find a little section that's got a couple small ones.
go for the eye sockets in the back?
Yep. If you wanna, so what I always do whenever I'm doing the back, well, you're gonna do the eye sockets first, but I'll line it up straight with me and then go back and forth lightly.
Okay.
And it doesn't take a whole lot of paint to really make a bait dark. I think how you have it looking right now looks great. So I would really focus on just trying to keep the paint down the center, and then you can lightly fade it into the
And
back.
same with this, do kind of a lighter coat, dry it, and then a secondary coat.
Yeah, and it's
Just build it up a little bit
Yeah.
rather than just
dump
smash it on.
Unless
Well,
you're wanting the eye socket to be really dark.
or when I don't have a choice because this thing just blasts paint out or air. Alright, well now I think I'm gonna do it from the side and do kind of fade it down, but I think if I do that it'll fill that top in more without having to fill the top in more.
Yep.
I dig it.
You want any sort of red, like on the lip or belly of it at all?
I mean, we've come this far, why stop now?
What's wrong with adding more colors?
Right. Hey, it's the first time painting a bait. We might as well like try to put all the bells and whistles on it, right?
Yep. So I'll let you do that. And then I'm thinking that blood red.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really, really thin paint. So that so you'll have to be careful with it.
Okay.
But it's like a pearlizer. Candy apple red is what it is. It's spray pattern.
Okay, so we can do some red now.
And then I always like to, when I'm doing the belly, flip it the other way. Then, because you're just one doing the lip, right, up in there?
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And then this paint.
And I'm probably not going to do a lot, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't put much in there.
And then this stuff, like, it's blood red, and it's really blood red. And it's super, like, stupid thin. And then same thing, since it's thinner too, you'll want to do light coat and then hair dryer, you know what I mean? If you're going to get it more of like a blood red color, you'll have to do a couple coats to get it filled up. Needle control. Hot thing, son. So when am I gonna come over and tattoo someone for the first time?
As soon as you go through a 4-year apprenticeship and get a license.
Say, hey, this is Zach. We're doing a YouTube video together. He's gonna tattoo you.
Yeah. I just like to apologize in advance. I like it.
I think we'll just stick to the paint face.
I don't think I want to do anything more.
And that's a perfect spot to stop because I've done that where I think it looks great. I'm like, what if and then I end up screwing it up, you know? So super glue, and I use a little pair of tweezers. And then I've showed in my other videos, I always get the eyeball ready before you put the glue in.
Okay.
So what I do, and then you want to know, so I always turn it sideways so your glue doesn't run down the side of the bait. You put the glue in, and I slide it off with my finger, and then you can kind of adjust it in there. So you do want to know if you want your eyes to go up and down. Like
yeah,
that,
up and down, definitely.
Or I call it
up and down. Got that. I got them snake eyes.
I'll put a little dab of glue in there for you.
Well, the only thing left to do now is take this thing to the water and try to get some fish on it. I'm going to be doing that soon on Hook and Needle TV. I want to thank Zach for taking me through the process and the Baker Builds Laboratory. This has been a great time. I want to make some more baits from here on out, so I might be popping in and out from now and again. And come check me out over at Hook and Needle TV.